Good evening, football fans. Tonight from Bryant Stadium, it's the Bryant Hornets and the Little Rock Catholic Rockets in a 6A or 7A Central football game. I'm Rob Patrick. With me is Aaron Shuttleworth. Great to have you along. It's mass band night, so they have all the bands from 8th through 12 on the field right now. They could have the 6th and 7th grade out there, and they'd have over 1,200 students on the field. But it's just 8 through 12, and there's over 800 there now. We also had the Pee Wee cheerleaders. All the little girls from all the elementary schools in Bryant were out there cheering on the Bryant Hornets. The number one ranked Bryant Hornets, they're 5-0 coming into the ball game, coming off a victory. Actually, they're 4-0 coming off the victory last week against Fort Smith Northside on the road. They have mercy ruled all four of their opponents: Bentonville West, Fayetteville, and Fort Smith Northside. So Little Rock Catholic looking for the upset maybe, but consolation would be just to avoid that mercy rule tonight. Catholic comes into the ball game at 3-1. They're coming off the big victory in their conference opener against Cabot, won that 28-26 last week. They lost their opener at Jonesboro 18-13, but came back to beat Sylvan Hills 35-15, and then Jacksonville 41-0. We'll talk more about the Hornets and Rockets in a moment as far as this year's team goes. This series goes back to 1981. Bryant leads at 21-17. Catholic hasn't won since 2013. That was their last victory. And then you have to go back to 2008. So the Hornets have had the better of this rivalry in recent years. Catholic dominated it during the 90s, which is a common theme. We'll bring Aaron Shuttleworth in here. And Aaron, Bryant's just been rolling.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't played a complete game, quote unquote, because our starters have only played the first half of the past 4 games. So we're going to be a well-rested team. You know, you want to see that again going on to the conference play. Get in there, do your damage, get out there as quickly as you can. I expect this one's going to be a little bit of a fight, but it's going to be a good game nonetheless.
Catholic features a senior quarterback, who's very unusual. He's a big guy. He's 6'1", 250 pounds. Last year in this game, he was playing nose guard for the Rockets. So that's an athlete. Mm-hmm. He's hard to bring down. He's a load, and he'll be their primary running threat. And, of course, he passes the ball pretty well. He's got a couple of big receivers, 6'2", Robert Bavon, and 6'2", Nathan Johnson. So those will be the guys he'll be trying to get to. The thing about it is they're pretty light on the offensive and defensive lines. Their defensive line has one 250-pounder. Everybody else is under 202. They've got some good-sized linebackers. They play a 3-4. Or actually, they play a lot of 4-3, actually. And so it'll be an interesting size-up. We're going to take a moment now and go to our sponsors. It's brought to you by Midland Heat and Air and Farmers Bank and Trust.
At Farmers Bank and Trust, our commitment is and always will be to the community. Our loan officers are your supporters, your cheerleaders, your fans, your neighbors. And we're proud to cheer on our Bryant Hornets. For more information on Farmers Bank and Trust, stop by our conveniently located office or visit myfarmers.bank.
At Middleton, we're here to save you time, money, and yes, even energy. Get a free Nest thermostat or Nest Protect with any qualifying new system. Call today for a free estimate. Middleton Heat and Air. We're here. At Middleton, we're here to be the best for you. Servicing and replacing more air conditioners than anyone in Arkansas, and voted best of the best. Why? Best price, best service. Middleton Heat and Air. We're here.
At Farmers Bank and Trust, our commitment is and always will be to the community. Our loan officers are your supporters, your cheerleaders, your fans, your neighbors. And we're proud to cheer on our Bryant Hornets. For more information on Farmers Bank and Trust, stop by our conveniently located office or visit myfarmers.bank.
We'll like to see a Bryant band just finish off the national anthem as we get ready for football here tonight. Again, the Bryant Hornets and the Catholic High Rockets, both 1-0 in conference play. And the Hornets, of course, as we mentioned, they have mercy ruled each of their opponents so far. Last year, Bryant won this game 59-28 and set some offensive records in that ball game. We'll see how the Catholic defense handles it this week. The Hornets have accumulated 164 points while giving up just 34 in their 4 games so far.
Yeah, I mean, and it definitely shows you where we're doing most of our damage. 62 points in the first, 85 in the second. And then after that, you're getting into secondary roles and everything. So as I was saying, having a complete game, we just haven't seen yet from the full starters, but they're going to be a well-rested, pretty much only playing 2 games, technically, on their body.
The Hornets are led by their quarterback, Austin Ledbetter, who's 55 for 89 this season. Hasn't thrown an interception, knock on wood. And he's already over 1,000 yards. He's thrown for 12 touchdowns. His leading receiver is Hayden Schrader, who's caught 15 passes, and Jake Metters has caught 12. Trayvon Herron has caught 11. Leading rusher is Ahmad Adams, who's picked up 361 yards so far this season, and he's scored 7 touchdowns, which makes him the leading scorer for the Hornets on the team. So, leading tackler is Tristan Sahika, a senior linebacker, who does a lot of work on special teams, but the Hornets do a lot of shuffling in their linebacker position, so he gets a lot of playing time, but he's had a league right now, or leads the team right now in tackles. Dalen Land, a starter at linebacker, is second, tied with Cameron Scarlett, another linebacker, and then the 4th linebacker, Cottrell Wallace, is right behind them. So you can see the Bryant Hornets are linebacker heavy, and they have been very active this season. So what do you expect to see from them tonight? They've got a load to try to bring down. Yeah, I definitely see our defensive front 4 really going to work against their offensive line. We are definitely oversized as opposed to their offensive line. We're sitting with Austin Bailey, 260, David Shiflett, 250, Kyle Green, 235, and then you have the roaming Cottrell Wallace back there, 215, and he plays bigger than 215. He is a great player back there, and playing against a smaller line like we're talking about, 238, 200, 213, 212. They definitely have an undersized offensive line. It might equate to a speedier offensive line, but I definitely see our defensive line putting up a great battle tonight. Captains for tonight's game for Bryant, it's T-Bird Wilson, as well as Christian Kane, both in the secondary. Special teams player Avery Montoya, and from the offensive line, Reese Dawson. For Little Rock Catholic, their quarterback, Jordan Eddington, as well as one of their top receivers, Nathan Johnson. And let's see if we can pick out the rest of them. Cole Black Oaken is one of their linebackers. And looks like the 4th one is Grant Smithson, one of their players in the secondary. Hornets won the toss and deferred to the second half, so that means Catholic will get the ball to start this ball game. Catholic's offense features those 2 receivers, as I mentioned, Robert Baven and Nathan Johnson. They also play Collins Olamy and Brooks O'Shea in the slots. Quarterback Jordan Eddington, as I said, was a nose guard last year, 6'1", 250. He's a load. They run a couple of running backs in there, Brian Allsbrook and Jason Stith. And on the offensive line, they have a couple of returning players, Sam Plafkin and Ethan Johnson at the tackles. Up the middle, it's the guards Colton Counts and Reed Johnson at the guards, and Alex Rodriguez is the center. For Bryant on defense, Austin Bailey and David Shiflett are playing defensive tackle. They moved Bailey inside. Rodrigo Martin and Kyle Green are the ends. Linebackers are Cameron Scarlett, Dalen Land, and Cottrell Wallace. And as we mentioned, they'll work in some other guys, Kobe Melton, Hart Penfield, yeah. And Tristan Sahika. In the secondary, Derek Rose has a couple of interceptions this season. He's the senior. We also have T-Bird Wilson, Tamarian Wilson at one of the safeties, and Austin Schroeder at the other one. And starting at cornerback tonight is LaQuave Bromfield, a 6'1", 170-pound junior. LaQuave did not play last year. He was on the swim team of all things. But he came back out this season, and he's earned himself a start tonight because of his good play. So we'll watch for LaQuave to do well. Hornets kicker is Brock Funk as they take the field. And Catholic on the far side. As you can see, the Hornets are in all blue.
I love the all blue.
All white.
I love the all blue. When I played, that was my favorite uniform combination was the all blue.
And you always look good in it.
Oh yeah.
So the Hornets and the Rockets about ready to do some battle here in the Central Conference. The key game tonight is North Little Rock and Conway playing each other. Those two are playing at North Little Rock. Southside's at Cabot, and Little Rock Central's playing Fort Smith Northside. Will be an interesting ball game as well. Central last week losing to North Little Rock. We're ready to go here at Bryant, and the Hornets will be kicking it off. Rob Patrick, Aaron Shuttleworth with you. Dakota Baxter is our producer, and Kendrick Ollison is on the camera. We're brought to you by Middleton Heat and Air, Farmers Bank and Trust. And for DVD copies of tonight's game and all the other Bryant Hornet games, go to mmproductions.net.
So this Hornet defense is coming into the game tonight with their starters not giving up a score in 2.5, 3 games. I guess since Benton, pretty much.
Yeah.
They definitely want to, they want to harness that, keep that goose egg on the board for them just because they've been doing such a great job. But even when the secondary team comes in on defense, they've been giving up minimal yardage and minimal score, just 13 points just in the last 2 games.
Allsbrook is deep for the Rockets, and he will field the ball at the 1. Back across the 5, 10, 15, 20, and
tripped up.
Falls forward across the 25 to about the 26, I think, 27.
It's going to be a first down for the Hornet defense.
So Jordan Eddington brings the Rockets onto the field. Bryant's defense sets up. Looks like Hart Penfield getting the start on the outside. Interesting week this week for the Hornets in practice. We'll talk about it in a moment. Eddington hands it off to Allsbrook. He is tackled by Penfield and Austin Bailey as he picks up a yard to the 28. Apparently Tuesday was a bad week, one of the worst practices of the season, and a couple of guys got fired from the starting lineup and didn't get kicked off the team. They just lost their starting spot.
You can't get placent, because you're going to be start playing tougher competition, from here on out.
No doubt. Eddington in the shotgun, in the pistol now, fakes a handoff, looks to throw outside, got a man, it's Johnson, he's completed, and it's a first down. They're going to catch the Hornets for a late hit out of bounds as Cottrell Wallace flung him down after he crossed the white line over there.
Yeah, you can't ride him out of bounds like you can in the pros.
So pick up on the play out to the 38-yard line. So a 10-yard gain plus the personal foul.
And Wallace is out.
Penalty's going to go against the Hornets.
So Catholic with a good
15-yard penalty,
field position now as they bring it all the way down to the 47 of Bryant. We've had games this year where nobody got into Bryant territory until late in the game.
Yeah, last week Northside had their first down, and then it took them another 3 quarters to get their another one.
Pistol formation. They got a wing back on the left side. Gives it up the middle again and immediately hit and dropped. And that time was Colby Melton, who just came in for Wallace, makes the tackle and a loss of a yard for Allsbrook. 2nd and 11.
Ball's marked at the 48-yard line. 2nd down and 11.
The Hornet defense trying to make a stand here. Kennedy Miller in the game for the Hornets on defense. I'll check that now. That's 53. That's Rodrigo Martin. Linebackers are Wallace, Scarlett, and Penfield. And Eddington back to throw down the middle. He's got a man, Baven. He is hit immediately, and he'll be well short of the first down as Penfield and Wilson made the tackle at the 43-yard line.
To number 2, Robert Devine.
And just a little slant pass right over into the middle, makes it 3rd and long. And they're going to have to need to convert this first down because they're in that no man's territory. They'll definitely be punting. They won't be going for it if they don't get any good positive yardage.
So shotgun formation with Allsbrook besides Eddington. Man in motion to the right side. And Eddington rolls that way looking for somebody to throw it to. He's going to run for it, and he's going to get first down yardage. And before Tristan Sahika and Austin Bailey bring him down. Like I said, he's a load. He gets him 6'1", 250. He's about like tackling Ahmad Adams.
Yeah, and they tackled him for the first down because he was stopped before the chains. Just pushed him over the line.
Ball is at the 35-yard line and a first new set of downs for the Catholic High Rockets.
Hornet defense playing on the heels early in this game.
Eddington with 2 backs alongside him. He's got both Stith and Allsbrook in the game. He'll give it to Allsbrook around the right side, and he finds a couple of yards before he's stacked up by the Hornets at the 33-yard line.
Yeah, hemmed up on that sweep to the right side. Wallace able to bring him down for minimal gain.
Cottrell back in the ball game and was in on that stop.
And Cottrell probably got a nice little talking to, saying do not do that again. Don't give them any more yardage than you need to.
In so many words.
Probably a few other choice words.
Penfield's still in the ball game at middle linebacker now, along with Scarlett. Sahika's in the game as they go for a 3-4 with Wallace at the other linebacker spot. Eddington back to throw under some pressure, gets away from one man and then is dropped back about the line of scrimmage. David Shiflett brought him down initially.
Shiflett had him stopped and had Scarlett come over and finish the job for him.
So it brings up another 3rd down, 3rd and 8, and they're at the 33-yard line. So again, the Hornets with a chance to get the defense off the field. Fans come to their feet.
Yeah, they're 3 of 3 on 3rd downs already on this drive.
Trips to the right for Eddington.
High snap.
Back to throw. Looking, he's hit and gets the pass away.
Intercepted. He got it.
Austin Schroeder at the 17-yard line. Big hit by Austin Bailey on Eddington as he let go of it. And the Hornets have the football on the turnover.
Great job by the defense right there. Had Austin Bailey all in his face, threw him off timing.
A pretty acrobatic catch by Schroeder.
Yeah, he went up and landed weird, but a great play. Just a double combination of Bailey and Schroeder right there.
So 1st and 10 for Bryant on offense now at their own 18-yard line. Austin Ledbetter with Ahmad Adams alongside him. Trips to the right. And the snap, rolling to his right, throwing back to his left. He gets it, and he's there. Despite a pass interference.
He was there early, and he still brought that in.
Joseph Young, who had a big breakout game last week, muscled his way to making that catch all the way up to the 35-yard line, a gain of 17. And it's 1st and 10 at the 35. Ledbetter again fakes the handoff, throws under pressure, and it's overthrown. Young actually leapt too soon, or he might have been able to bring that down. But pressure on the quarterback that time.
Yeah, he just shot the gap, and he was there right in front of Ledbetter's face.
I think that was Jonathan Bourne, their defensive tackle. Handoff to Adams. Starts one way, goes the other way. He's going to get a first down and more.
There he goes.
45 and driven out of bounds at the last minute by Smithson.
We saw a lot of that last week where he cut one way and then turned against the grain. Just got the defensive line shifting over that way. Momentum change, and he's off to the races.
At the 43 is where we're going to mark it. So 1st and 10 for Bryant. 22 yards for Adams on his first carry tonight. Here comes the blitz, but he gets the pass away. Young's got it, and he's got room to run.
He's
30, 25, one man to beat.
He's still up.
He's still up.
He's in.
Joseph Young, the touchdown maker. He had 2 of them last week, or had one and set up another with a long reception and a 43-yard touchdown play. Despite the blitz, as Ledbetter stood in there and took the hit as he got the pass away. And now Brock Funk will come on to attempt the extra point.
Yeah, Ledbetter stood strong in that pocket, knowing he was going to get hit, and just saw his open man down the field, had his man beat, able to drop it right in there.
Extra point by Funk is good, and Bryant leads it 7-0 with 7:17 left to play in this first quarter. First possession after the interception by Austin Schroeder deep in Bryant territory. And now the Hornet defense will have some momentum as they go back out onto the field here with the 7-0 lead. They gather around their coaches as the kickoff team gets ready to go. And once again, the officials all gathered around down at the 5-yard line. Not sure what that's about. I didn't see any flags.
Yeah.
But looks like they're just going to go and get in position now.
Hornet fans, if you cannot find a seat, we have overflow seating in the north end zone and extra seating on the visitor side in the visitors band section. If you're looking for a seat at this time, remember, you cannot.
Allsbrook is deep for Catholic, and maybe some of those fans from the band and the cheer, the Pee Wee cheer, stuck around. It's a big crowd.
Yeah, it is.
And on the other side as well.
Oh.
Kick is going to come down at the 6-yard line. 10, 15, 20, 25, and then Austin Schroeder brings him down. A couple of back-to-back plays by Schroeder. It looked like that Nathan Johnson had an avenue. He gets it out to the 28-yard line. Catholic back on offense, and they trail it down. 7-11 left first quarter. Rob Patrick, Aaron Shuttleworth with you. And once again, if you like DVD copy of tonight's game or any of the Hornets games, go to mmproductions.net. Eddington back to throw, looking under pressure now, will take off. 30, 35, breaks the tackle, 40, 45, and the nose guard turned quarterback. It's all the way to the 50-yard line before Penfield and Schroeder bring him down.
A couple players trying to go for that big hit rather than just wrapping up and bringing him down. Allowed him to get 7 more yards. With a quarterback that size, you're going to have to wrap up. It's like you're saying, it's like tackling a fullback out there.
21 yards on the run by the quarterback for the Rockets. Ball is at the 49 on Catholic side of the 50. Eddington lines up with Stith and Allsbrook alongside him. Wideouts to either side. It's Brewer, and here's a handoff to Stith around the left side. He's going to get 3, 4
we lost the ball.
Fumbles out, and
Bryant got
has it. Stith was hit by 3 guys at the same time, and it's Hart Penfield that comes up with it. So 2 turnovers for the Hornet defense so far. And Bryant will have it with good field position at their own 48-yard line. A pickup on that play of 3 yards. And after scoring moments ago, the Hornets on the way.
2 drives, two turnovers for this Hornet defense, exactly what they wanted. Learn from their mistakes and get the ball back into the hands of Ledbetter.
River Gregory and Jake Metters on the left side. Metters in motion to the left side. He'll throw it out to him, and Jake with some room to run. 45,
put the brakes on,
back and gets close to the first down near the 42 of the Rockets.
He just put the brakes on and made everybody stop, and he cut over just shy of fresh downs.
And they give him a first down on it, so a 10-yard gain to the 42 of the Rockets. Ledbetter gives to Adams. Starts to the right, goes back to the left. This time they solved it, though, and he does well to get back to the line of scrimmage as they had everybody flared out, and a tackle made by Nick Enderlin, the big defensive end for the Rockets. Be 2nd and 10 at the 42. Gregory out to the right with Schrader and Heron. We'll check that. That's Miles Aldridge. They pitch it this time to Ahmad Adams. He breaks a couple of tackles.
He's still fighting.
He's dragging a man with him, and he gets out to the 35. short of a first down, but he was hit twice before he turned the corner and just shucked those tacklers off.
That was a 7-yard gain, and he earned every bit of that. He was just dragging 3 players with him for the last 3 yards of that.
3rd and a short 4 at the 38, or 36 that is. There's a handoff again. This time he's hitting the backfield and they pile him up. So he's going to lose a yard back to the 37. So they've done their homework. They know that that's what the Hornets are going to try to do after that first time he's had trouble getting loose.
They're staying out there. They're not going to go for the field goal or for the punt. Maybe try to draw them off, but full spread out there.
4th and 5 with 4 receivers to the left, including Adams. Ledbetter looking to throw.
Oh, wide open.
Down the middle, wide open as Metters at the 25. Breaks the tackle to the 20, 15, 10. Metters out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. Looking like they're going to call it the 8-yard line. That was a busted coverage.
Yeah.
And Jake Metters found a hole in the middle of that. He got 29 yards to the 8.
Yeah, just nobody was out there covering him.
1st and goal. Ledbetter gives it to Tanner Anderson in the ball game over the right side. Tanner Anderson bulls his way to the 1-yard line.
Oh, just short.
This is the transfer from Bentonville West. Hard runner, 2nd and goal at the 1. Anderson remains the running back. Ledbetter to Anderson, and he stands up, going in from a yard out. Excellent job by the offensive line, and the Hornets increase their lead. 4:02 left to play in the first quarter. Funk will come on to attempt the extra point out of the hold of Jake Metters. Hayden Schrader is the snapper. Good snap, good hold. Kick is up, and it's good too. So with 4:02 left to play in the first quarter, Bryant has a 14-0 lead over the Catholic Rockets here at Bryant Stadium. Just the 2nd time we played here at home. It seems kind of strange.
I know, 5th weekend, 2nd time here. After 2 back-to-back long trips up to the northwest corner area, it's nice to be back home.
Yeah, it's nice not to have to make that trip.
I know. And the way we're going, maybe we enact another sportsmanship rule and leave home even quicker.
Yeah.
And the way it's going, the way the Hornet defense is getting the ball back to the offense, and then they're striking fast and getting 14 points on the board with how many ticks left? 4:02.
Yeah, Ledbetter looks like he's on target tonight. The only pass he's missed, I think.
It was just a little high just off that blitz that was coming at him.
Yeah, it was really just a mistimed jump for Young, or he might have had it.
Mm-hmm.
Funk ready to kick it off, and back deep once again is Brian Allsbrook. And he will catch it at the 3, back across the 5, 10, 15, Allsbrook. And he is brought down.
Got a flag in there.
Yeah, I think might have gotten the face mask as making the tackle was Caleb Knox. We'll see what the flag is.
I don't know where's the ref at? There it is. Oh, no.
Blocking
the back.
Illegal block by the Rockets.
Gonna push them back to, the 20? 25? No, 15. Yeah, back at 15, 14, something like that.
Yep. We'll call it the 15, a 10-yard mark off after the return. And Catholic, once again, will be deep in their own end. They started their last drive. Well, no, actually, they've had decent field position around the 27-28, so this is their worst so far tonight. Jordan Eddington, the quarterback. Allsbrook alongside. He'll give it to Allsbrook on a delayed handoff, and the Hornets are right there.
Just swamped him up.
Number 43, Cameron Scarlett.
I think Scarlett was in there, and Austin Bailey getting off the bottom of the pile.
Yep.
Bailey.
And who was that? That's
Kyle Green, number 90.
Big 90, Kyle Green.
A lot of assisting tackles tonight, not a lot of solo, but like what you like to see, a lot of gang tackling. getting to the ball, bringing them down, team effort.
At the 16, it's second down. They need 9. Eddington looking to throw. Now he's going to
got him
under
sacked.
and tackled. A sack by Austin Bailey, the senior. He tried to step up in the pocket, and Bailey was there. At the 11-yard line, a loss of 5 on the sack. It'll be 3rd down and 14 for the Catholic High Rockets.
Yeah, he had nowhere to go. The coverage down on the right side where he was looking to was tight. Couldn't feed the ball into him, and the pocket just collapsed, and Bailey was there to bring him down.
They moved Austin in this 3 front. They moved him in the middle.
Yeah, he's almost like playing up straight up like a 0 position, nose tackle.
They've got Kyle Green and Rodrigo Martin, and then the 4 linebackers. Now they go with an extra DB. Here's a swing pass outside to Allsbrook. He is hit and dropped. LaQuave Brumfield, the young man who has really come on and got a start tonight. And they mark the ball at the original line of scrimmage at the 15. He just got 4 back. And it's going to be 4th and 10 for the Rockets at their own 15. So they bring the punter in. And the punter is Jackson Daniel.
You can see why he got that starting position, because he's been playing really well the past couple of games, and more plays like that. Oh!
They almost blocked the punt. Metters will let it hit at the 45 and take a roll to the side. And it looks like the Hornets will have the ball at the Catholic 48-yard line to start their 3rd possession. They've scored on their first 2 and have great field position here in the 3rd. There's a minute 46 left to play in this first quarter. Rob Patrick, Aaron Shuttleworth with you. Our producer is Dakota Baxter, and our cameraman is Kendrick Ollison. Glad to have you along tonight. Bryant with a 1st and 10 at the 48 of Catholic here. Ledbetter with double wideouts to either side. Now Miles Aldridge in motion. Fakes a handoff, throws it out to Aldridge. Breaks the tackle by the scrimmage up the seam, and he's got a 1st down at about the 34-yard line. Hard running by Miles Aldridge after he made that little swing pass catch, and a 14-yard gain. So 1st and 10 at Bryant at the 34, trying to add to a 14-0 lead here in the first quarter. 4 wideouts to the right, that's the wide side of the field. Joseph Young, the only wide out to the left. Now a man in motion is Adams. They'll hand it to him around the left side. He breaks the tackle.
Bullnosing over there.
And he got down to the 30-yard line despite being hit at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, just lowering his shoulder and getting those yards, waiting for the hole to develop. But honestly, if there's a hole there, he might not even take it. He'd rather just run over somebody.
So he starts on the right wing. That's where he was the last play. Ledbetter looks to the sideline for a call. He's out there with Schrader, Heron, and Drake Finley is in the ball game. And this time Ledbetter rolls that way, throws in the flat. Good job breaking a tackle by Schrader, and he fell forward. Looks like he's got a 1st down inside the 25, close to the 20-yard line.
It did. He got about 9 yards on that pickup. Just lowered his shoulder and fought his way upfield.
So 1st and 10 for Bryant at the 21. On the lip of the Hornet zone. They've got trips, 4 receivers out to the left now this time. In motion is Heron. He's got the handoff, and he's going to get inside the 20 down close to the 16-yard line. It's Trayvon Heron, the fastest of the Bryant receivers. Got a little kind of a jet sweep action there.
Yeah, he just has that explosive speed right off the bat. Gets the ball right in the breadbasket, and he's off.
5-yard pickup at 2nd and 5 at the 16. Now Anderson in the game. Ledbetter back to throw. Looking, and throws it into the seam, and it's picked off the deflection and going back the other way.
Yeah, it's going the whole way.
There's only one man that can catch him.
And he's going to get him. Oh, there's a flag.
A flag behind the play and into the end zone with a touchdown on the return. Picked it off at about the 6-yard line.
I think the flag is probably going to be sideline warning, if I had to guess.
And he returns it 94 yards for a touchdown. And we'll see here. Looks like it's probably a sideline warning indeed. That's what the signal is. So on the last play of the first quarter, the Rockets get on the scoreboard, and coming in to kick the extra point is Paul Owens. Just a deflected pass. First two receivers that Ledbetter was looking for were covered. And so he tried to squeeze it into a third receiver, and it deflected off of his shoulder pads and into the arms of, I think that was Jackson Daniel. Extra point attempt is up, and it is good. So Catholic gets on the board. And we're going into the second quarter. Our score, Bryant 14 and Catholic 7. This is Hornet Football, brought to you by mmproductions.net.
They're right there at 40-yard line. At Middleton, we're here to save you time, money, and yes, even energy. Get a free Nest thermostat or Nest Protect with any qualifying new system. Call today for a free estimate. Middleton Heat and Air. We're here. At Middleton, we're here to be the best for you. Servicing and replacing more air conditioners than anyone in Arkansas, and voted best of the best. Why? Best price, best service. Middleton Heat and Air. We're here.
High school principal Jason Hayes. Big hand for Kenny Horn and his Bryant Junior High School football team.
Kenny Horn, who is the freshman coach at Bryant, has been the freshman coach. This is his 11th season, and he just notched his 100th victory as the coach of the Hornets. And they recognized him tonight between the first and second quarter. He's been a faithful Hornet coach, a Bryant alum, and big night last night as his team won 36-6, and their team is really good.
Yeah, we're going to see.
They are undefeated, and they've only allowed 12 points in 5 games.
Whew. So you're going to see some good battles for next season with those sophomores coming in.
Their defense is particularly good, but they've got some speed on offense as well. Some good receivers. Corey Nichols, the son of the former McClellan High School star, in basketball, he's the quarterback. A young man named Martavian Earl, who is the cousin of Latavian Scott, is their running back. Here's the kickoff. It's going to come down at the 4-yard line, and I believe this is Miles Aldridge back across the 15, tries to cut it outside, 25, 30, and is driven down at the 35-yard line. A good return for Aldridge. Tackle made by Campbell Pace.
So on that last play, Tanner Anderson was the only person that could bring down the Rocket. He almost got there. You just see that speed coming across the field. So expect to see some more of him later on tonight, but hopefully carrying the ball rather than chasing after the ball.
So just underway here in the second quarter, and Bryant leading at 14-7. They were on the way to making it 21-0 when the interception occurred. And Jackson Daniel returned it for a touchdown. So Ledbetter back in the game offensively. They give it to Ahmad Adams, and the Rockets bring him down for a loss as Nick Enderlin, the defensive tackle, along with Alex Davis, bring him down. Back at the 34, so a loss of 2. It'd be 2nd and 12. Playing the run pretty tough.
Yeah, the run it's 43 on the ground right now.
They're going with a 4-3 defense. Ledbetter back to throw. Now we have a flag coming in late. That's
false start.
So they'll mark the Hornets back another 5. So since the interception, the Hornets have kind of stalled out here. They're going to have a 2nd and 17 back at the 29. And we'll see if they can come up with a big play here. They go with an empty backfield. 4 receivers out wide to the right. Trayvon Herron, the lone receiver on the left side. That's the short side of the field. Ledbetter rolls right, got plenty of time, looking deep down the right side, and it is Metters on beyond his reach at about the 25-yard line.
It's going to be 3rd down for the Hornets.
pretty well covered there, but he might have been able to bring it in as he had a step on the defender.
Metters had about a half a yard lead on him, but just Ledbetter overthrew by 2 yards.
3rd and 17 at the 29 for Bryant.
Got to go in deep into the playbook for a 3rd and 17, deep in your own side of the field.
From the 29, again, 4 receivers to the right for Austin Ledbetter to choose from as he rolls that way. And now they're going to set up the screen pass to Adams. Got a good block, got a couple of good blocks. He's out across the 40 and very close to the first down. Looks like they're going to mark him out of bounds at about the 43. He needed to get to the 46. Call it the 44. So 2 yards needed for the first down and another 4th down.
You gotta go for it.
4th down and 2 at the 44. Schrader goes to the tight end situation. There's 2 double wideouts to the right side. Ledbetter gives it straight ahead, and
snuffed it out.
Adams is turned aside. He's making the tackle. Lance Hockersmith, the linebacker.
Man.
And also on the play, Jacob Pruss. So the Hornets are denied on 4th down, and now the defense will have to defend from their own 43-yard line.
Yeah, got just right back to the line of scrimmage on that one. The offensive line on the passing side is giving enough time for Ledbetter, but they're losing the battle on the rush. Just the Catholic front 4 clogging up the holes. But definitely the run protection for the Hornets has been great. Ledbetter is rolling out to the right and to the left, throwing up a little screen passes, but the run.
Eddington and the running backs run into each other. He gives it to one of them anyway, and he gets down close to the 40-yard line. As in the game was Brandon Biseglia. And he got yardage to the 40, a 3-yard pickup as the running backs ran into each other in the backfield, and they were fortunate to get anything positive out of that play. They bring in Jack Currents now.
This Hornet defense is still holding true to their not giving away any scores. They want to keep it that way.
Eddington this time gives to Allsbrook around the left side. He's got good yardage, a first down, and he's tagged as he gets to the 29-yard line.
To Marion Wilson.
So a first down for the Rockets, who looking to tie this game up. The ball's at the 30, a 10-yard gain, and it's 1st and 10 for Catholic.
Bryant hasn't played a game yet where they've been punched in the mouth. They haven't been yet, but the Rockets are rearing back.
Tight end near side, wideouts to either side, 2 running backs, and they give it this time around the right side, and a short gain there for Currents. Scarlett makes the tackle. Let's see, who was the ball carrier? 27. Currents, and they gave him 3 yards, and it's 2nd and 7 at the Bryant 27-yard line.
Now he's coming back out. Currents is back in, just getting the play from the side.
So they got the 2 running backs in the backfield with Eddington. Double wideouts to the left side. Eddington back to throw, looking under some pressure, gets it away, and it's incomplete as he had to rush it, and he didn't get it to Currents, who was out to the left. He had some room to run.
He had some room. We had David Schiffler right in front of his face, had just enough to hurry up the pass and wasn't able to get it out there to him, so it creates 3rd and long, almost at the red zone. First down, you're in the red zone.
9:07 left to play first quarter. Bryant leading at 14-7, but Catholic moving the ball. Allsbrook in the backfield with Eddington. Double wideouts either side. Hornets showing blitz.
Oh, I think they got him offside.
Somebody went into the neutral zone.
Yep.
And an offside penalty will make it a much easier 3rd down.
Right over the ball too.
3rd and 2 as the Hornets tried to jump the snap.
So there's a change of play. They're changing out personnel.
You need 2 yards. They go back to the double back formation. Trying to get to the 20. They give it to Allsbrook, trying to get around the left end, and a great job by T-Word Wilson, who came up from the safety spot and cut down Allsbrook at the 24-yard line.
For the loss.
And we'll see now. It looks like Catholic's probably going to go for it here as well.
Yeah. Kicking team's not coming out there.
It'll be a 4th down and 4 for them at the 24-yard line. So Bryant's defense trying to hold here and keep the Hornets in the lead. Double wideouts either side. Allsbrook the lone setback with Eddington. And now they look to the sideline for a change in the play, and they're going to call a timeout to talk about it. So a big play early on here in the first half, as Catholic has closed to 14-7 with the long interception return by Jackson Daniel, and now after a 4th down stop from their defense, they're trying to convert a 4th down on offense. Hornets leading at 14-7. There's 8:25 left to play in the first half. On a beautiful night here at Bryant Stadium. It turned cool today. It feels a little bit more like football weather.
It's getting there. Give you a quick score update. Van Buren is playing Bentonville. Bentonville leads 14-0. Let's see, Fort Smith, Southside, and Cabot is 0-0. That's in the second. And Rogers is down 0-14 against Fayetteville in Fayetteville. And Springdale Harbor is up 7-0 against Rogers Heritage.
So that's the West Conference scores for you. Bryant defense back on the field.
Ball's going to be marked at the 24-yard line. It is 4th down and 4 for the Hornet defense.
Green, and they bring in big Andy Scott, 4-man front. Eddington rolls to his left, looking to throw, and he's under pressure. He's sacked. Austin Bailey and Tristan Sahika bring him down back at the 33-yard line, and the Hornets have held, and they'll take over on downs.
Great job by the defense, just reading that coverage, able to get back there against Eddington.
Austin Bailey having a big game.
Yeah, so far tonight, he's 1 solo, 2 assists, 1.5 sacks, and a hurry up. Right there, you can see why he is. They switched him over to that almost nose tackle position. He's able to get good penetration and win that battle against the line of scrimmage.
Ball's at the 33, and the Hornets with a 14-7 lead. Try to add to that now. They were on their way to it moments ago when the interception was returned for a touchdown. Ledbetter's first interception of the season. Hands it off to he faked it to Adams. He gets it to Schrader, who breaks the tackle, gets it across the midfield and into Catholic territory as the big guy gets it to the 46, 47-yard line on a quick slant pattern. He's a big target, and the Hornets have a first down at the 46.
And just like that, picking up big yardage, hitting one of his favorite targets out there.
23 yards on the play. Adams with Aldridge on the wing, double wideouts to the left, and Aldridge will leave Adams through the line, and he's got good yardage. He's inside the 40 and down inside the 35, and I don't see any flags. The ball is going to be at the 32-yard line, a pickup on the play of 14 yards for Ahmad Adams. A little help from his friend Miles Aldridge running on the wing and leading the blocking.
Yeah, blocking is what created that opportunity for Ahmad. Just able to read his blocks, get out there, and then using his ability to cut when he needs to.
One extra blocker there. That helped get him loose. And that's the same lineup arrangement they have now. Fakes the handoff, throws outside to Schrader, and he's going to be taken down immediately. A good play by Smithson, and a pickup of just a couple of yards on that pass. So it'll be 2nd and 8 at the 30. Ball is at the 30-yard line. 7:24 left to play first quarter. The Hornets with a 14-7 lead over the Catholic High Rockets. Drake Finley in the ball game, split out wide to the right with Jake Metters. Schrader is at tight end on the right side, and Joseph Young split out to the left. Ledbetter gives to Adams around the right side. Ahmad turns the corner.
Oh, there he goes. He's out.
Head of steam, and he's in for the touchdown. He kind of splits a couple of defenders as he turned the corner and went 30 yards for a score. And Bryant increases the lead with 6:50. They're still moving the clock for some reason. 6:52 was what it was when the clock's still rolling. So on to add the extra point is Brock Funk. They finally stop it at 6:31. So now they're going to have to reset it. So I think it was at 6:52 when this touchdown scored, but they aren't correcting it. Looks like they're just making sure the clock stopped. Yeah, they put it back. So Funk to attempt the extra point. It is up and it is good. So with 6:52 left to play in the first half, it's Bryant 21 and Catholic 7. A quick score. Here's the touchdown play, broken through right there, and had some guys that were over pursuing and cut inside of them and got in for the touchdown as Ahmad Adams scores. He's the leading scorer for the Hornets on the season. And the Hornets increased the lead to 21-7, and they went 67 yards in just 4 plays. A 23-yard pass, and then Adams with 2 runs of 32 and 30 yards as they got that ground game going. It had been kind of stuffed earlier, and adding Miles Aldridge on the wing seemed to help. Give him one extra blocker to lead that off tackle and around the end.
That drive was the most production that Adams has had on the ground tonight. Like you said, just a couple big runs right there and the big score from 30 yards out.
Looks like they needed just one extra guy to add to the blocking. The guys on the right side cleared it out. Hornet offense picking up the slack. Here's the kickoff from Funk. It's going to come down at the 9-yard line, back across the 20. This is Currents, and he's tripped up as he gets to the 25, maybe the 26-yard line. Good job there by Hart Penfield.
23, Caleb Knox on the stop. 27, Jack Current.
And so now the Rockets will come back on the field offensively. They had a little something going there, but stalled out as the Hornets defense stepped up. And with 6:55 left, they'll try to cut back into the Bryant lead. They had a 2-score advantage, and then an interception return for a touchdown by Jackson Daniel. And Bryant comes back to answer. Eddington fakes the handoff and keeps it, and he is going to be brought down as Austin Bailey grabbed a hold and held on until he got some help from David Shiflett and Rodrigo Martin. He's a load. He picked up 2 yards on that play, so it's 2nd and 8. 6'1", 250 pounds. Eddington in the pistol now. Back to throw, looking under some pressure, gets it away, and it is incomplete. I think it skipped in to Robert Bavin, who tried to go down to make the catch off the turf at the 38-yard line.
And Bailey was right in his face and made him pay for that one. Bailey playing in this like one position right over the center, off maybe a little bit off to the guard. He is just getting in the backfield every play, and he just laid out.
Well, he's able to use his quickness in there. That's kind of where Quan Robinson was so good last year. So he's working in there with Shiflett as they go to the forefront. Eddington on a 3rd down and 8. Throws it left side, got a man, it's incomplete. He tried to get it to his wide receiver Collins Olemi, and it falls incomplete off of his hands, and Derrick Rose right at the line to gain.
Yeah, Derrick Rose out there got his hand in there right at the last moment to break it up, and good defensive stand again for the Hornets.
Daniel is the punter, and he's into the game. Showed some speed on that interception return.
So Jake back there on the 40.
A man short for the Rockets. Now they're set. Hornets all standing at the line of scrimmage, and they get a good rush on it, but he gets the kick away. And a fair catch taken by Jake Metters at the 36-yard line. So Bryant with a 21-7 lead has the ball back with 6:07 left to play in the first half, and that's time enough to get some more points.
Yeah, get some points. You're not going to – it'd be difficult for us to, get that 35-point deficit advantage going into half now, especially with us giving up 7. But definitely 6 minutes to score some sort of points, and we'll be getting the ball back at half if we happen to take the whole drive the rest of this quarter. But we're hitting quick.
Again, they use Miles Aldridge in the wing. Back to throw is Ledbetter, looking down the middle for Aldridge.
He got that. He brought that in.
Tremendous catch by Jake, sliding across the field, right down the middle. I thought he was going for Aldridge down the middle like he did at Fayetteville so successfully. But behind him was Jake Metters to make the catch, and it's a 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line for the Hornets. 27 yards on that reception. Ledbetter gives it to Anderson, and he's going to get a good yardage. Still fighting and gets down inside the 30-yard line. We'll see the market. So he fell forward after some considerable contact, and he will be marked at the 29-yard line. A pickup of 8 on the play for the junior running back. 2nd and 2 for Bryant at the 29.
He's a speedy runner.
Runs hard. They say he does that every day, every play in practice as well. Ledbetter pitches it to Anderson. He's trying to get outside, being chased, gets to the corner, cuts it up the field.
Oh, nice
20,
cut. He is
15,
walking
10,
in.
5, touchdown. Slipped a couple of tacklers, outraced some at the corner
29
as he was being chased by Nick Enderlin, the defensive end, and Enderlin was losing ground. 29-yard touchdown run by Tanner Anderson, and with 5 minutes left, the Hornets have made it a 3-score lead, pending the extra point by Brock Funk, who's been true throughout this season. I think he's only missed one all year. And he's got this one as well. Our score with 5 minutes left to play in the second quarter, Bryant 28 and Catholic 7. That time the Hornets went 64 yards on 3 plays. Big pass play to Metters and 2 runs by Tanner Anderson. And the Hornets will now be kicking off once again.
And the way this defense is playing, they very well might get the ball back to the offense. Couple 3-and-outs, last couple drives this Hornet defense has created. Already had 2 turnovers tonight for the defense, so they're, Catholic has 7 points on the board, but that is not by fault of the defense. They have not given up any points. It was just that one bad play the offense has had, but since then that really has to be the main blemish on tonight. Other than a couple penalties, that's the only thing that Hornets have done on the wrong side.
And that was a tipped pass, as it was. So Funk kicks it off. This time it comes down over on the left side.
Oh, he dropped.
Fumbled. He picks it up. Nice hop. Got to the 15, 20, 25. And one man to beat, and it's Brock Funk. No? And the Hornets chase him down from behind.
Wow.
Tremendous speed shown there, but a big return. Jordan Hunter brought him down at the Bryant 20. Where are they going to place it? At the 29?
Right at 30.
32.
32. He definitely saved a touchdown on that one.
Big return there by John Henry Deuce. And Catholic finds themselves in good field position here after the big return. Eddington to Allsbrook. Caught at the line of scrimmage, and Kyle Green brings him down with a little help from his friends, including Cameron Scarlett. So the Rockets having a little trouble getting their running game going. 1 yard on that play. It'll be 2nd and 9 at the 31-yard line.
2nd and 9 for the Rockets.
4:19 left to play first half. Rob Patrick, Aaron Shuttleworth with you. Eddington with 3 men in the backfield with him now. He hands it.
No, he fumbled,
on the ground and trying to get back on it. I think Jack Currents got on it.
He got it back on it.
An exchange problem, but a loss on the play back to the 38. A 7-yard loss on the play, and they're going to bring up a 3rd and 16 at the 38.
The ball just stopped there, and they both just kind of looked at it like, oh, we got to get on that.
Currents' momentum was going away from it.
Yeah.
But it's on it was like a RPO there, and he gave it to Currents, who wasn't sure he had it. And in fact did. Double wideouts either side. Bryant defense trying to get off the field. Eddington with Allsbrook alongside him. Back to throw, and he gets it away.
Good pressure.
And it is incomplete. Trying to get to Robert Baven deep, but good coverage by Derek Rose, who ended up being the closest to the ball.
Bailey and Rodrigo back there in the backfield, just had Eddington on the ground again, just all in his face, and Rose.
And it looks like the Rockets are going to punt it away, even though they're at the Bryant 38. They hit a record-setting field goal here a few years ago. It was over 50 yards. Daniels got into punt now.
They're bringing the house.
And
fake.
Well, it's not going to work. It looked like the Hornets were actually. I think he saw that it was going to be blocked because the Hornets were in his face.
I don't know if that was a fake. I think that was like, oh, my front line of defense is gone. I got to run now.
So he ran it to the 42, a pickup of 4, and Bryant takes over with 3:14 left to play in the first half, leading it 28-7. Ball's at the 40-yard line. And back on offense. Right side of the line of the seniors, Reese Dawson and Ty Johnson. Left side, Tanner Wilson and the sophomore. Ledbetter back to throw, looking, sideline. Gets a man, it's Metters with a leaping catch for the first down inside Catholic territory.
Had to come back to the ball, but able to secure it in, get the first down. And I think he did get out of bounds too, so stop the clock with 3:07 left and able to, right on the other side of Rockets territory.
I was trying to think of the name of Will Diggins, the sophomore left tackle for Bryant. Started the year at left tackle and has played well. Gregory and Schrader to the left. Finley and Metters to the right. Ledbetter back to throw under some pressure.
Oh, wide open.
40 and driven out of bounds before he got to right at the 30-yard line. A fine throw by Austin Ledbetter. And Schrader was in the flat on a drag route and picked up 19 yards. And Bryant, with 3 minutes left, is in scoring position once again.
Ledbetter has stood strong and tall in that pocket tonight.
Double wideouts either side. Adams alongside Ledbetter. Snap from Rice. Pitch to Adams. Breaks the tackle in the backfield. Tries to cut it back against the grain. And
he's still up. He's going. He's going.
Ahmad Adams must have broken 4 tackles in that run.
Wow, that is just nothing but athletic ability right there by Ahmad Adams. Hemmed up in the backfield, waiting, just using his strength to get the blockers off of him and just make his own path to the end zone.
Yeah, Ahmad Adams looked like he was hemmed in, cut back against the grain, had defensive players pursuing him, and they over-pursued trying to get to him, and he busted through a couple of tackles and went for the score. Extra point is good by Brock Funk. We'll see if we can get that play again to show you the fine running of Ahmad Adams. Here we go.
Little pitch right there.
Broke the first tackle in the backfield. There's
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Ahmad Adams.
Woo.
Man. I was talking about Eddington being a load. There's a load for you.
Yeah.
Ahmad Adams is 6'1", 235, and with speed.
Oh, man.
So the Hornets increased the lead to 35-7. And the only The only series that they have not scored on was when they were deep in Catholic territory and the interception occurred that the Rockets returned for their lone touchdown.
And just think, if it wasn't for that one interception,
we'd have the mercy rule.
We'd have the mercy rule again.
2:49 left to play in the half. We've had the mercy rule early in the second half.
Yeah, well, and you got to think the way this defense is going again. I mean, 2:49. If they have another 3 and out, there's a possibility that we can get the ball back again, just the way this defense is playing.
And the Hornets have all 3 timeouts. So Funk kicks it off. Catholic's been able to return some kicks. So that time they're going to kick it out of bounds. As the Rockets have had pretty good returns.
Yeah, I mean, start on the 35. Take it.
And they'll have 2:49 left to work on. Trying to get something going offensively. They've been stymied pretty much the whole game. The ball will be at the 35.
Yeah. Yeah, like you're saying, the Rockets special team and kickoff return has been doing a great job getting down the field. So, that's one of those penalties I'm fine with. Get it out there, just start on 35. Start fresh.
Wallace, Scarlett, and Penfield are the linebackers. And on the blitz, it was Scarlett who was unable to bring him down. And Eddington just runs it out before he's brought down by Rodrigo Martin at the 37-yard line. But coming unblocked was Cameron Scarlett, and now a timeout has been called. I believe it's the Hornets that are calling it.
Yeah. Once Scarlett sees that play again, he's going to wish I had that one.
Yeah.
He was untouched in the backfield and had him wrapped up, but Eddington was able to slip out to get those yardage and
just took one step to his left.
Yep.
And
just kind of olayed him a little bit, but he had a good arm around him, but just his strength is able to break through.
Yeah, you can't arm tackle him, but Cameron was on his way to making a big hit, but good job by Eddington to just step aside. Clock is stopped at the timeout with 2:46 left, and Bryant trying to get the mercy rule again. If they can stop them and score before the half, it'll be in effect for the second half for the fifth time this season. Eddington has double wideouts to either side. Now a man in motion gives them 3 on the left. Back to throw, under pressure.
Got him.
Down. Big hit by Austin Bailey again.
Man, he is just being a beast on that front line right now tonight.
Somebody can't block him.
Yeah, that was one of the things I touched on, just the size of our defensive line against the size of their offensive line. And Bailey is just feasting out there tonight, just doing whatever he wants to get to the quarterback, and he's doing it.
And the Hornets take another timeout with 2:37 left to play in the half, trying to preserve some time. Bailey is quicker than any of the offensive linemen as well.
So he's lined up.
So you got to get rid of the ball. Eddington's got to get rid of the ball a lot quicker.
Yeah.
Or he's not going to get rid of the ball at all.
So Bailey's sitting at 6'2", 260, and he's lined up against a 5'9", 200 at the center, and either a 6'1", 238 guard or a 6', 213 guard. So he's got a 50-pound difference right there.
If you want to see the Austin Bailey show again, you want it for all of this great play by the Hornets here in this game, go to mmproductions.net and get you a DVD copy of tonight's game. You can do that about every one of the Hornets games, and there have been a lot of highlights to watch. Third down. Eddington needs a lot of yardage. Gets it away to Allsbrook. He is smacked and breaks the tackle, but staying with it was the defensive back, Kyle Knox, and it's going to be a punting situation.
And we timeout again, use the last timeout.
Ball is at the 29-yard line, so just a 1-yard pickup. That drive went backwards. They picked up 2, lost 11, picked up 1. It's going to be 4th and 18 at the 29. And the Hornets with the timeout with 2:31 left to play in the half, and they'll try to add on to this 35-7 lead as Daniel comes on to punt.
2-minute drill with this Hornet offense. No timeouts with them, unfortunately, in their pocket, but a offense that likes to strike quick and strike often,
Ledbetter's had a great night.
He has.
He's been on target. I can't remember more than 2 misses.
He's 12 of 14. One is just a little bit of a high overshoot, and the other one was an interception off a deflection. But other than that, he has had a great game. Sitting right now, as it is, 219 in the air.
Metters is back deep, and he'll get more than that if they score here, unless Metters returns it. And then he'll be done for the night once again. It's kind of depressing his numbers, his stats. Here's Daniel's kick. Going to be caught at the 38. Metters avoids one tackler and gets it close to the 40-yard line. Looks like they're going to mark it at the 39. Nifty play by Jake to get around the first tackler there. And Bryant will have 2:21 to try to add to the 35-7 lead.
Ball's going to be marked at the 44-yard line. First down for the Hornet offense.
2:21.
Offense comes back onto the field. See that Jason Shiflett, the sophomore, is in there at one of the tackle spots. So the sophomores on either end of the line. Trips to the right, 4 players on the right. Empty backfield for Austin Ledbetter. Rolls that way, looking, throws to the sideline. Got a man, it's Schrader, and he's got yardage to the 40.
Got to get up there quick.
Hornets rush to the line of scrimmage. They're going to mark him at the 39.
First down for the Hornets.
17 yards on that play. Ledbetter this time rolls left, under some pressure that time, and a throw that's incomplete. Enderlin was in his face, and he was able to get rid of it, but not really target it as well. So it stops the clock with 2:01 left to play in the half, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 10 at the 39. Hornets look to the sideline for a play call. Heron is split out wide to the left. Trayvon hadn't caught a pass yet tonight. Let's see if he's a target here. River Gregory, Adams, Metters, and Schrader all out to the right. That's the short side of the field. Ledbetter rolls that way, throws to the sideline, and it's incomplete beyond the reach of Ahmad Adams. And again, a good pressure on Ledbetter that time, as bringing the pressure was John Paul Castillo. So it'll be a 3rd down and 10. At the 39-yard line. Again, the 4 receivers to the right, short side of the field. Heron lone wide out to the left.
A lot of room out here for him.
Ledbetter, straight drop back.
Oh, look at that cut.
And it is caught by Metters, 30, and out of bounds. He's got the first down, I believe, at the 28-yard line.
If he could have got that to Trayvon, that was his first read, but he had to go to his second. His first read, Trayvon was out there all by himself.
And I'm sure he's telling Austin that, and the offensive coordinator, Kirk Box, probably relaying that to the sideline out of the press box on the far side. Ledbetter with a 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line. Rolls right, looks, looking deep, throws it up, and all alone is Schrader for the touchdown. The defender fell down, and it's a 29-yard touchdown, a 28-yard touchdown pass, as the Hornets do it again. With the extra point, they'll have a mercy rule to start the second half.
No pressure, Funk.
Brock Funk is the kicker, and he's on to attempt the extra point. Out of the hold of Jake Metters. Hornets have just eviscerated this Catholic defense. And the extra point is good. So our score, with 1:42 left to play in the first half, Bryant 42 and Catholic 7. Once again, we want to thank our sponsors, Middleton Heat and Air, Farmers Bank and Trust. You can go to mmproductions.net. I bet they'll talk to you about sponsoring these games as well, adding your name to that list. Again, for DVD copies of tonight's game and all the Hornets games this season, go to mmproductions.net.
You see plenty of highlights of this high-power offense. See this defense be stifling. Watch it all over again. get to hear me go ooh ah the whole time. I mean, what else is there? You know, what else is better?
Yeah. That'll be ones to remember. This team is on a roll right now.
So 142. You know, we're not in the woodshed yet for the mercy rule. Defense still has to do their job.
Kickoff is fielded at the 24, and bringing it back was Chance Williams, and he only gets back about 4 yards on that return there. Kyle Knox is down there to knock him down. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Rockets, who are looking for something positive on offense here. They have been 3 and out several times this first half. I'll go back and when we get to halftime and look. Eddington looking to throw under some pressure, gets it away to Allsbrook, and a good tackle in the open field on Allsbrook, who just got back to the line of scrimmage as Caleb Knox makes that play. Who'd they call on that? So ball is right at the line of scrimmage. Lost about a half a yard. 2nd and 11. Eddington throws. It is incomplete and almost intercepted. It was behind the intended receiver, Nathan Johnson, and tipped to where that Cottrell Wallace made a diving catch to try to intercept it, but could not. And it stops the clock with 1:06 left to play in the first half. Bryant leading at 42-7. Handoff to Allsbrook up the middle, hit and dropped immediately. In on the tackle was Cottrell Wallace, but underneath there was Andy Scott. So it's going to be a punting situation once again for the Rockets. Hornets not calling any timeouts because they're out of them. 47 seconds left, and Catholic will probably take their time to get this kick away. Probably should kick it with about 22, 23 seconds left in the half. Daniel back to kick it. And the Hornets again almost block it. He gets it away. Metters catches it at the 42, 43-yard line. A fair catch made, and the Hornets are back on offense. And what can you do with 19 seconds?
I'm assuming they're probably just going to kneel. But do you let off the gas? Because hopefully they do, because I'm already starting on the halftime stats.
Okay. We will have those halftime stats for you and a summary of what happened in the first half. We'll also give you a chance to listen to the Legacy of Bryant marching band. It's part of the spirit here at Bryant High School. Ledbetter's back in the shotgun with 4 receivers to his left. We'll see. They give it one shot. They're going to. Ledbetter's back to throw down the right side, and it is incomplete. Short of Joseph Young and too long for Jake Metters, and the clock stops with 14 seconds left. There is a flag. It's right in the line. It looks like the Hornets are looking for a call against the Rockets. Personal foul, a blow to the head, and the Hornets will pick up 15 on that. So no incompletion there for Ledbetter, who's only missed twice. The ball will be at the 42 of Catholic, and the Hornets have a couple more shots. Now they're lining up in the victory formation with Metters back behind. Now stoppage, and there we go. And Ledbetter will take a knee at the 49, and that'll be the first half.
That's going to be halftime.
At the half, the Bryant Hornets with a Mercy Rule lead of 42-7 over the Catholic High Rockets. For the 5th time in a row, the second half will be run, clock run. This is Hornet Football, brought to you by mmproductions.net.
At Farmers Bank and Trust, our commitment is and always will be to the community. Our loan officers are your supporters, your cheerleaders, your fans, your neighbors. And we're proud to cheer on our Bryant Hornets. For more information on Farmers Bank and Trust, stop by our conveniently located office or visit myfarmers.bank.
At Middleton, we're here to save you time, money, and yes, even energy. Get a free Nest thermostat or Nest Protect with any qualifying new system. Call today for a free estimate. Middleton Heat and Air. We're here. At Middleton, we're here to be the best for you. Servicing and replacing more air conditioners than anyone in Arkansas, and voted best of the best. Why? Best price, best service. Middleton Heat and Air. We're here.
At halftime here, the Bryant Hornets with a 42-7 lead over the Catholic Rockets. It was 14-7 and kind of iffy, but after the interception returned by Jackson Daniel for Catholic, went 94 yards. But the Hornets came back and they scored in each possession since then, and they lead at 42-7. The mercy rule will be in effect in the second half. Bryant's Legacy of Bryant Band is on the field, and we're going to give you a chance to enjoy their work. They're getting ready for their competition season. I think they may have started it, so we'll get a chance to see their competition performance here. As usual, it's scintillating band work. So we'll get the mics open and let you listen to the Legacy of Bryant Marching Band. Legacy of Bryant marching band with their competition show, and impressive as always. Congratulations to them.
The band competed last Saturday at the Cabot Invitational.
They were at the Cabot Invitational last Saturday, and the best overall band. That's kind of how the legacy of Bryant's been going in recent years, and all things Bryant have been pretty good. We'll take another time out here and come back with the halftime stats, scores from other games in just a moment. You're watching the Bryant Hornets, brought to you by mmproductions.net.
At Farmers Bank and Trust, our commitment is and always will be to the community. Our loan officers are your supporters, your cheerleaders, your fans, your neighbors. And we're proud to cheer on our Bryant Hornets. For more information on Farmers Bank and Trust, stop by our conveniently located office or visit myfarmers.bank.
At Middleton, we're here to save you time, money, and yes, even energy. Get a free Nest thermostat or Nest Protect with any qualifying new system. Call today for a free estimate. Middleton Heat and Air. We're here. At Middleton, we're here to be the best for you. Servicing and replacing more air conditioners than anyone in Arkansas, and voted best of the best. Why? Best price, best service. Middleton Heat and Air. We're here.
We're at halftime. The Bryant Hornets with a 42-7 lead over the Catholic High Rockets. For the fifth time this year, the Hornets will have the mercy rule in effect in the second half. Now, they haven't always had a halftime lead of 35 or more, but a couple of times it's been the 35 points achieved in the first series of the second half. So they are on a roll, and they continued it tonight. No complacency here. Aaron Shuttleworth has our stats.
On the offensive side, Ledbetter is 15 of 20, 275 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Receiving those, Jake Metters, 5 receptions, 88 yards. Hayden Schrader, 6 receptions, 98 yards, 1 touchdown. Ahmad Adams, 1 reception, 15 yards. Joseph Young, 2 receptions, 60 yards, 1 touchdown. And Miles Aldridge, 1 reception for 14 yards. On the ground, Ledbetter, 1 carry for no gain. Ahmad Adams, 9 carries, 106 yards, 2 touchdowns. Just big runs from Ahmad Adams tonight. And Tanner Anderson seeing play time tonight. 4 carries, 47 yards, and 2 touchdowns. On those on the ground touchdowns, had Anderson. First one was for 1 yard. Then Ahmad Adams for 30 yards, and then Anderson for 29 yards, and then Ahmad Adams for 30 yards. On the air, the touchdowns came from 43 yards and 28. See, 6 first downs on the ground, 13 in the air tonight. And they were 1 of 4 on third down. They hit a couple fourth down plays on the offense. On the defensive side, it has been stingy. Austin Bailey coming up big tonight so far. 1 solo tackle, 3 assists, 2.5 sack, 1 hurry up. Rodrigo Martin, 2 solo, 1 assist. David Shiflett, 1 assist, 1 hurry up. Kyle Green, 1 solo. Cameron Scarlett, 1 solo, 4 assists. Cottrell Wallace, 2 solo. Jordan Hunter, 1 touchdown saving tackle on a kick return. Kyle Knox has 2 solo. Let's see. Derek Rose has a pass breakup. Austin Schrader has an interception. Tristan Sahika has half a sack. Hart Penfield, 1 solo, 2 assists, and a fumble recovery. And then Kennedy Miller has 1 assist. So defense is being spread around all over the place, creating problems for the Rockets front line, especially with Austin Bailey lining up at that tackle position, just being a monster up there tonight.
He has been hard to block tonight, and his tackle totals have actually been hadn't been as high as some of the other guys. The linebackers have really led the team in tackles, but tonight he's creating all sorts of havoc. The Hornets lead at 42-7 over the Catholic High Rockets. The scoring summary, as Aaron told you, they've scored 3 times on the ground and twice through the air. The interception by Austin Schroeder set up the first score. The Hornets went 82 yards in just 4 plays. The touchdown came on Austin Ledbetter's 43-yard pass to Joseph Young. A fumble that was recovered by Hart Penfield set up the second touchdown. They went 48 yards, 52 yards on that drive, and that was the 1-yard touchdown plunge by Tanner Anderson.
And I did talk to Scarlett in the press box, and it was Cameron who caused that fumble that Penfield picked up.
Very good. Cameron Scarlett with a forced fumble. And let's see. Catholic on their first series had 3 first downs. Since then, they had 1 on their second series, but since then I don't think they've had another first down the entire game. Oh, there's one. And one other one. So the Hornets had the 14-0 lead, and then they were driving down to the 16-yard line, and a pass from Ledbetter was deflected and picked off on the run by Jackson Daniel, who returned it 94 yards for a touchdown, and suddenly it was 14-7, and we thought we might have a game.
It was shaping up to be like, all right, this is what the Catholic games usually turn out to be. It's just like they play us hard every time.
Especially when on the next series for Bryant, they were stopped on 4th down, and Catholic got the ball back in Bryant territory. They picked up a first down there, but then stalled out. Big play by Tamarian Wilson, and then a sack by Tristan Sahika and Austin Bailey. Hornets took over and drove for another score. The big play was a 30-yard run by Ahmad Adams for the touchdown. They had another touchdown drive after a Catholic punt that was capped off by Anderson, and it was 28-7, and the Hornets weren't done yet. Then Adams had another 30-yard touchdown run, and then Ledbetter added a 28-yard touchdown pass to Hayden Schrader, and it was 42-7. And that's where we stand here as we get ready for the second half to start, as both teams return to the field and are warming up. You got any scores for us?
Yes, the only score in the Central Division that I can find right now, it is the Conway North Little Rock game, and it was Conway 7, North Little Rock nothing.
I did see where Southside and Cabot were 6-0. Cabot was leading 6-0 at the half.
Yeah, there is that one, and then a lot of the West. Van Buren is down 7-31 against Bentonville. Rogers is down 0-28 against Fayetteville. Springdale Harbor is up 21-7 against Heritage, and then Bentonville West is up 30-6 against Springdale. So not seeing anything in the Central Division.
That was pretty much. Those are all pretty lopsided, one-sided.
Yeah, the only one that's competitive right now on paper-wise is Fort Smith Southside at 0 against Cabot at 6. And then just the North Little Rock Conway game is the one that we've really been paying attention against, because that's the one that's going to, you don't want to ever look past an opponent that you're playing, but those are definitely 2 games where we always look at, because those 2 teams always been fighting us hard the past couple of years.
The other game was Central playing at Northside. We haven't got a score on that one yet, so that's the way it stands. Bryant on the roll, 42-7 over the Catholic Rockets. Next Friday we will be at Quigley Cox Stadium as the Bryant Hornets take on the Central High Tigers, or as the announcer over there says, the Central High Tigers. And they've been having a pretty good season. They're kind of rejuvenated this season. Played North Little Rock pretty tough last week, so it'll be interesting to see how that goes as the Hornets head into the second half of the regular season. This is the midway point here tonight, and the Hornets look like they're in great shape to improve to 5-0. We're at halftime. Once again, Bryant leads at 42-7. The team's getting ready to come out for the second half, and we'll take another break here. I want to remind you that you can get DVD copies of tonight's game and all the other games, and you might want to get the one from last week, because the first half we weren't able to get on live, and it was quite a first half against the Northside Grizzlies. So pick up your DVD copy of tonight's game and all the Hornets games If you want to do that, go to mmproductions.net. We're brought to you by Middleton Heat and Air and Farmers Bank and Trust. Now let's hear from them.
At Farmers Bank and Trust, our commitment is and always will be to the community. Our loan officers are your supporters, your cheerleaders, your fans, your neighbors. And we're proud to cheer on our Bryant Hornets. For more information on Farmers Bank and Trust, stop by our conveniently located office or visit myfarmers.bank.
At Middleton, we're here to save you time, money, and yes, even energy. Get a free Nest thermostat or Nest Protect with any qualifying new system. Call today for a free estimate. Middleton Heat and Air. We're here. At Middleton, we're here to be the best for you. Servicing and replacing more air conditioners than anyone in Arkansas, and voted best of the best. Why? Best price, best service. Middleton Heat and Air. We're here.
We're at halftime, and the Bryant Hornets lead the Catholic Rockets 42-7. We'll see some reserves here in the second half, as we have in every game for Bryant so far this season. A couple of other scores around the state, or of course in the Central Conference, as we give attention to the teams that are in Bryant's league.
Yeah, so in the third quarter right now, Conway is up 7-0 against North Little Rock. And at halftime, Central and Northside are all tied up at 21 all.
Interesting game there. Of course, the Hornets mercy ruled the Northside Grizzlies last week up in Fort Smith. And Northside were one of the semifinalists in the state last year.
We'd have to go through the record books to see when was the last time anybody has mercy ruled the first 5 games. I mean, there's a handful of teams that you could think that would do that. Something like a PA team, somebody like that, but that's a tremendous feat.
I was talking to Coach James about it last week, and he said his teams used to do it all the time.
Really?
And he said at Camden Fairview and in Magnolia, Monticello. So we're ready to kick it off here. Catholic will kick it off to Bryant. High end over in kick will receive at the 8-yard line. This is Miles Aldridge. Miles up the middle, gets a break, breaks the tackle. He's got just a couple of guys to beat. He's into Catholic territory. Miles Aldridge fired up after that return, all the way to the Catholic 43.
All he had to do was beat the kicker, and he beat the kicker, but he had two of the Rockets that trailed on the backside, looped around, able to bring him down.
Big return for Miles, and now we'll see what the Hornets do offensively to start this second half. They are gathered around Adam Pendergrass, down there, offensive backs coach.
So they are running the clock now. I thought do they?
Yeah, they're running the clock now.
I guess it's not a change of possession because it's us. That's how we ran it.
And we go with Jake Metters at quarterback. It's the backup, and he's got Tanner Anderson in the lineup with him. Ball's at the 43. Gives to Anderson around the left side. Tanner with a head
look
of
at that
steam.
speed. Wow.
And gets down inside the 40.
Anderson on the carry for the Hornets.
That give him yardage to the 37. That's 6, and it'll be second down and 4 at that point.
Number 51, Alex Davis.
To check and see the lineup, so they go without a huddle, so they're going quickly. Got reserves in it on the offensive line. Here's Anderson again,
man,
running
that
hard and just slicing through the defense down to the 29-yard line. A pickup on the play of 8 more, and a first down for Bryant.
You know who he looks like running out there?
Who?
You get a little bit of a rye crawl look.
Yep. That's who he's been compared to, believe it or not. It's actually now Anderson.
Oh, my goodness.
Against the grain.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, he's breaking tackles left and right, and he gets all the way down to the 4, and he's frustrated he didn't score. Touchdown saving tackle by John Henry Deuce, but Tanner Anderson, with some authority, you're going to mark it at the 5, so that's a 24-yard run, first and goal for Bryant. There's a handoff to him again. This time he's going to be hitting the backfield and driven back.
Number 30, Anderson on the carry.
Tackle initially made by number 30 on the defensive line there for the Rockets. That's Noah Perry.
A little loss of 2 right there. Just a little more running room for him to pick up.
Tried to run that with an inside handoff. Ball's at the 7. Metters moves Anderson to his right. And this time Metters will roll out, looking to throw it, and he throws into the end zone. It's incomplete, intended for Miles Aldridge at the 1 yard line. It'll be 3rd and goal at the 7, and I'm sure the Rockets don't much like them passing the ball. Yeah. We do see Reese Dawson in the game. Others on the offensive line, Parker Ellswick is at right guard. The center is Jack Powell. Hand off to Anderson. Breaks a tackle.
Just charging.
Runs through a tackle. And finally gang tackled at the 2 yard line or so. Determined runner. I found that interesting that you thought of the same person that the coach I was talking to referred to.
Really? Yeah. I mean, that just it's almost like
it's fast and
the cuts that he's doing.
This time they stack him up at the 3 yard line. So they got to him in a 4th down play, and he's held. It looks like they lost a yard on the play, and the Hornets will be denied the extra touchdown. So with 7:58 and counting left in the 3rd quarter, Catholic comes onto the field, and we see some more reserves in there for the Hornets on defense. Ball's at the 3. And we'll see so Gavin Burton's in there at a linebacker spot. Dalen Land gets into the game. Kobe Melton, Christian Kane in the secondary, Damian Constantino, Kyle Knox.
So there's going to be a lot of letter jackets this year just because the secondary team is playing every game this season so far.
Kennedy Miller in the game. Godwin's in the game. Andy Scott's. Eddington tries to run it out, and he's going to be stopped about the line of scrimmage. May have got ahead to the 4 as he was gang tackled there.
Dalen Land in there first, able to stand him up until got some help coming over the top.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 3. Also in the game, big number 99, Taylor Martin on the defensive line. So it's Miller, Martin, Scott, and Godwin on the defensive line. Back to throw out of the end zone, gets it away, and a catch is made, but he's tackled immediately. As Milton was there, as well as Constantino.
And just like that, the half the 3rd quarter is already over.
Pickup of a yard on the play. It'll be a 3rd and 9 at the 4 yard line for the Rockets against the Bryant's 2nd defense. Eddington back to throw, looking, he's hit and gets out of the end zone. It would have been a safety. Tripped up by Andy Scott as he got across the 5. Didn't see who got the pressure on him. I think it may have been Kennedy Miller.
Yeah, went from a turn, 33. That's
Kennedy Miller. Pressure.
Pickup
Pickup of 2 on the play, and a punting situation now for the Rockets. In the game is Daniel in the end zone to punt it away. Back deep to receive it is Derek Rose. Short kick, side-wide, bounces sideways and gets out of bounds at about the 39 yard line. And the Hornets will have a 1st down there. As we'll see some more reserves get into the game here. Bryant leads it 42-7. The mercy rule in effect at halftime.
So this is probably going to be the Anderson game of the rest of the night, the way he was already running.
Well, and now it's Xavier Foote. He's a good hand.
Yeah, which he's been showing up very well these past few games as well.
Into the game on the offensive line, 57 is Caleb Waddle. 73 is Shiflett. There's a handoff to Foote over the right side. Gets some good running room, breaks some tackles, and gets down inside the 30 yard line. 2nd team offensive line making some holes, and the backs running hard as Xavier Foote got down to the 29, so Should be a first down.
And the one thing I'm not sure of, because we didn't do the first game against Benton, the second team offense has not scored any of this season. They've gotten down there, haven't scored yet, but see if we can change that tonight.
They call it a 2nd and 1.
That's an inch away, it looks like.
Pitch out now to Foot. Gets to the corner, and he's going to be driven down after. Oh, nice job of fighting through the tackle, but he got the first down at the 26-yard line. Competition on this team is keeping these guys sharp. That's one of the things I talked to Coach James about. It's hard to be complacent when the guy's pushing you.
Yeah, especially when you know you're probably going to get the field time too, so you want to fight for all that you have.
Hand off to Foot, trying to go on the trap, bounces it outside, and he's driven down after a pickup of a yard or two. Clock continues to roll, under 3 minutes, now down to about 3 minutes left in the third quarter. They mark it at the
about a half a
26,
yard.
so we got a yard.
Yeah.
He's 2nd down and 9 at the 26-yard line. Metters fakes it to Foot, throws down the middle. He's got Clay Curtis for a first down inside the 20 to the 15-yard line.
Number 83, Clay Curtis.
Clay Curtis, a senior, gets a chance to make a catch. Also in there at receiver is Gage Stark. He's another senior.
First down for the Hornets.
A nice catch by Clay. Ball is at the 15. An 11-yard pickup on the play. 1st and 10 for Bryant. Foot, a handoff straight ahead.
Oh, I got a
and
flag.
He's going to be wrapped up and driven down for no gain, maybe a loss. Flag did fly into the pile.
Yeah, right in that holding territory.
Do have a flag on the play.
Oh, it's going to be post play from the spot of the foul, I guess.
Yeah, 10 yards.
So it's actually a 12-yard penalty. So it's 2nd and 22 at the 27-yard line. Clock down at 1:49 left to play in the third quarter. Bryant leading at 42-7. That was our halftime score. Hand off to Foot around the left side. Xavier's got some room to run. Gets back down to the 20-yard line. May have gotten the 19. We'll see where they mark it, right at the 20. So that's a pickup of 7 for Xavier Foot. Getting plenty of action here in the second half. 2nd down and 5 at the 20. And faked it to Foot. Now Metters is rolling out to his right, looking to throw. Now he throws it into the end zone at the 5-yard line, and driven out of bounds was River Gregory, who got the catch at the 3-yard line.
Big.
Jake Metters gets a chance to throw the ball. He's now 2 for 2, and that was a 16-yard pickup. River Gregory's first catch of the night, and it's 1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
It's going to be first down for the Hornets.
And we've got Jones in there at running back now. Taven Jones. He'll get the carry around the right side, hitting the backfield, breaks that tackle, and is driven out of bounds at about the 3.
Number 30, Taven Jones, on the carry.
Taven, with his first carry of the night, picks up a yard, as Catholic did a good job of stringing that play out. Down to the final seconds of the third quarter already.
Yeah, this will be the last play right here.
If they even snap it. They don't have to.
Oh, they don't have to? No. They're going to, though.
Metters gives again to Jones.
Get in there. Get in there.
Taven gets in for the touchdown. 3-yard run for Taven Jones behind the second team offensive line. And with 3 seconds left to play in this third quarter, the Hornets have added to their 42-7 lead, and Brock Funk will come on to attempt the extra point. We'll probably see some younger quarterbacks now in the fourth quarter. Metters getting his playing time in the third. The extra point is good, and it's Bryant 49, Catholic 7 as we head to the fourth quarter. This is Hornet Football, brought to you by mmproductions.net.
At Farmers Bank and Trust, our commitment is and always will be to the community. Our loan officers are your supporters, your cheerleaders, your fans, your neighbors. And we're proud to cheer on our Bryant Hornets. For more information on Farmers Bank and Trust, stop by our conveniently located office or visit myfarmers.bank.
At Middleton, we're here to save you time, money, and yes, even energy. Get a free Nest thermostat or Nest Protect with any qualifying new system. Call today for a free estimate. Middleton Heat and Air. We're here. At Middleton, we're here to be the best for you. Servicing and replacing more air conditioners than anyone in Arkansas, and voted best of the best. Why? Best price, best service. Middleton Heat and Air. We're here.
Back at Bryant Stadium, where the Hornets lead at 49-7, had the mercy rule in effect at halftime for the 5th time this season in as many games. The second team offense just scored a touchdown, and now the Hornets will kick it off to start the 4th quarter. And it's a pooch kick by...
It's a live ball.
It is down on the ground, but covered by Chance Williams, who tried to do a fair catch at the 24-yard line. And because he dropped it, that's where they'll have it. The fair catch would have brought it on out to the 35.
Yeah, had Jordan Hunter right over it, was almost able to get to the ball.
So the clock is moving, and it's already down to 10:30 left to play. Just heard that North Little Rock and Conway are tied in the 3rd quarter.
7-7 now, huh?
Reserves now in for Catholic as well. So both teams go into reserves. Here's a pass play. It's complete and tackled short of a first down. It's the receiver. That was Hayden Hoops. Pass made by Will Bowman.
Number 23 brought him down.
That is Knox. Pass out to the 34.
Number 23, Caleb Knox on the stop. Stallman, 32.
There's a pass incomplete as they tried to get it to Williams.
Bowman's pass falls incomplete. Number 32, Hunter Stallman on the coverage. Ball's marked at the 34-yard line.
The 3rd and 1 at the 34.
3rd and inches.
They need to get to the 34, so they'll call it the 33.
Oh, he lost the ball.
Snap, the ball's on the ground, and...
Got
the
it.
Hornets have recovered.
See who comes up with it.
Bad snap on the play, and coming out of the pile with it is number 32. That is young Mr. Hunter Stallman, actually a senior, getting some extra playing time in there.
Gotta love that.
A bad snap and a fumble, and Bryant recovers back at the, is it the 19, 18-yard line? The 20.
20.
So a loss on that play of 18 yards.
So that's 3 turnovers tonight for the Hornets. 1 interception, 1 caused fumble, and that one was just a bad snap, but took advantage of it.
And we have a new quarterback. Handoff to Xavier Foote, trying to get around the right side, and he's going to pick up maybe a yard, as Catholic still has its first team offense or defense in the game. Quarterback they've gone to now is Jaden Newbern. He's 2nd and 9 at the 21. Loss on that last play was 13 yards, not 18. Newbern fumbles the snap. Now he's going to run for it and get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe lost the 1 yard.
Yeah, right back to the original line of scrimmage there.
He's saying that's Burnett. That's the quarterback. Lost a yard. It'll be 3rd and 10 at the 20-yard line. Carson Burnett is the quarterback. He's been playing in the JV games.
Is it still number 10? Yeah.
Burnett hands it off to Foote, breaks the tackle in the backfield.
Got it. He's got it. He's got it. He's got it.
Touchdown. Xavier Foote is the 3rd string of the Hornets. Scores and adds to the lead. The Hornets are back up to 55 points. Last year they scored 59 on the Rockets at War Memorial Stadium. Shades of things to come. And now extra point attempt here by Brock Funk. It is good, and our score is Bryant 56, Catholic 7.
When he scored that, what time was left?
Cited at 7:07.
7:07.
All times are approximate at this point.
Yeah, I would say, I look up, I was like, oh yeah, that clock is still running, so I don't know what time he actually scored that.
This clock is down to 6:29, still counting. As we've had the mercy rule in effect here in the second half.
That is 5 touchdowns on the ground tonight for the Hornets.
And they've done it with
6.
at least
1, 2,
2.
3, 4, 5, 6. I can't count. 1 yard, 30 yard, 29 yard, 30, 3, and 20.
The Hornets will be kicking off once again. And the Rockets are feeling the wrath with 5:55 and counting left to play in this ball game. Once again, we'll be at Quigley Cox Stadium next week with the Hornets taking on the Central High Tigers. And you'll miss that one, won't you, Aaron?
Yes. Yep, I will be there. So it looks like there was a
penalty on the flag.
Penalty, yeah. It looked like it was on the coaches because the coaches were in the ear of the line judge, and they're moving it all the way up. Wow, they're kicking from the other side of the field.
Must have been an unsportsmanlike conduct.
It had to be 15 yards because they've already had one sideline warning, so I guess you get that one there. So this one should see the end zone.
Alt boots it into the north end
We'll go
zone.
through the field goal. Oh, so
in.
close.
Almost got it through the uprights. So with 5:03 and counting, Catholic will have it out at the 20-yard line. Hornets leading 56-7, and most of these games they quit scoring at the half. I think they had a 43-yard field goal by Brock Funk in the win over Bentonville West in the second half.
Yeah, it's something that we've gone up fast in the games and able to get mercy rule second, but the second and third string hasn't scored yet until tonight. So
we got
props to them.
Third-team offensive players in the game. Here's a handoff to Stith, and he's going to get out to about the 24-yard line.
Number 49, Braden Robinson.
Second down and 6. Braden Robinson on that tackle.
Second down and 6 for the Rockets.
Get some youngsters in the game. New quarterback for the Rockets. Looks like he's going to throw to the outside. He's got a completion and
nice
a first
pass.
down. And the quarterback is Preston Scott, a sophomore. Got good size at 6'2", 165, and he completes that pass. Who caught that? I think it was Williams. Ball's at the 33. There's a pass to Stith down the left sideline and trying
to tiptoe
down the line.
And that was Braden Robinson pushing him out.
Ball's out to the 46. 13 yards on that play. First and 10. Scott to throw. Little curl pattern is complete as he got it to Anthony Stevens. And the Rockets are in a hurry-up mode because the time is running short. It's second down and 5 at the 49 of Bryant. Scott throwing.
Free play, too many people on the
incomplete.
Yeah, we had 12 people on the field for Hornets.
Trying to get some subs into the game. Got Kendrick Miller in the game. Also Christian Del Castillo. Illegal substitution will give them a first down.
Yeah, trying to get a bunch of new players on the field, just a little miscommunication. You're going to experience that a little bit. But
ball moves to the 44. We're under 3 minutes left to play. Got Connor Coleman in the game. Linebacker Christian Motes. Back to throw, a little swing pass to Stith down the left sideline, and nice job. Well, he got him out.
He got him out.
He did. And that was a play made by Avery Montoya, one of tonight's captains. Got that. Stith made the catch. They got down to the 41. Pickup of just 3. It's 2nd and 7. Handoff inside to Stith. He's going to be brought down. And let's see.
So I figure they probably won't flag him for that.
It's like Montoya again on the tackle. Picked up 5 yards for Stith. It'll be a 3rd and 2 at the 36. Clock down to 2 minutes left. Scott to throw under some pressure. Gets it away. He's got a completion.
It'll be 1st down.
As Connor Coleman made the tackle after the catch made by Zylan Brown. Ball is down at the 33. A pickup of 3. That's all he needed for the 1st down. Scott trying to throw it deep down the left side.
Oh!
It's almost intercepted by the Hornets.
He read that perfectly.
That was Jordan Hunter.
Man, that was, had he caught that, I think he would have gone the whole distance.
Clock at 1:14 and counting. Scott back to throw again, looking deep down the left side. Nobody opened that way. Closest man to it was Anthony Stevens and Jordan Hunter again. The clock continues to roll.
Had Hunter on the coverage back there. Also had, it looks like, is that Ty Jones?
Here's a handoff to Stith, trying to get around left side. Big
Good
hit
stop,
put
good
on.
stop. Wow, nice tackle.
Made by Hunter Stallman. Stith gets down to the 30. And they're going to take a timeout now with 38 seconds left to play. They're trying to score again. So it'll be a 4th down and 7 at the 30-yard line. Bryant leading at 56-7, the final seconds of the game. Just another tour de force by the Hornets, who actually only led 14-7 in this game at one point, but has since then scored 42 points. We'll have stats at the end of the game, see if we can come up with some scores. Last we heard, North Little Rock and Conway were tied 7-7 in the 3rd quarter. Scott with one more shot. Rolling out to his right under some pressure, gets clear, throws it into the right side. Nice leaping catch at the 9-yard line, and they will have a chance to score as they got that one to Zylan Brown. Ball is at the 9, so they picked up 21 yards, and they'll take another timeout. The clock stops with 24 seconds left to play. 1st and goal for the Rockets at the 9. As their 3rd team tries to get some points on the board. At least the 3rd quarterback we've seen.
Yep.
And the Hornet defense, all reserves. Christian Kane's in there in the defensive backfield. Damian Constantino. Stallman in there at linebacker. Scott to throw under some pressure, throws it out there to Stith, and it's incomplete. Clock continues to roll, however, because of the mercy rule.
That will probably be it.
They could take one more timeout. I think they've got one more. They haven't been keeping it on the board.
Yeah, timeout.
They clock it, but there's really no reason to clock it because that doesn't even stop.
Oh, they took the timeout.
They took the timeout before they clocked it with 5 seconds left. So they're going to try and score here on the last play of the game. So clocking it doesn't help. Of course, that's the sophomore out there. And there's not many times even that teams are in the mercy rule like this. It's been that way for the entire second half as Bryant built a 42-7 halftime lead. Leads at 56-7 now in the last play of the ball game about to come up. Into the game for Bryant is Garrett Bell on the defensive line, along with Martin.
And this will be the last play of the game.
Kendrick Miller is in there. Scott looks to throw under some pressure, gets the pass away, and it's over the intended receiver, and that'll be it. Incomplete, and the final score on the board with Bryant winning at 56-7 over the Catholic Rockets. The 5th Mercy Rule game of this in as many games this season for Bryant. We'll be back with some final stats, maybe some scores as we wrap it up here. Once again, I want to remind you, for a DVD copy of tonight's game, go to mmproductions.net. Our sponsors, Middleton Heat and Air and Farmers Bank and Trust. We'll be back in a moment.
At Farmers Bank and Trust, our commitment is and always will be to the community. Our loan officers are your supporters, your cheerleaders, your fans, your neighbors. And we're proud to cheer on our Bryant Hornets. For more information on Farmers Bank and Trust, stop by our conveniently located office or visit myfarmers.bank.
At Middleton, we're here to save you time, money, and yes, even energy. Get a free Nest thermostat or Nest Protect with any qualifying new system. Call today for a free estimate. Middleton Heat and Air. We're here. At Middleton, we're here to be the best for you. Servicing and replacing more air conditioners than anyone in Arkansas, and voted best of the best. Why? Best price, best service. Middleton Heat and Air. We're here.
Well, I couldn't believe it when the Hornets mercy ruled Bentonville West and Fayetteville, two strong teams from the 7A West Conference. But they now have done it to their first two conference opponents, Fort Smith Northside last week, and this week a 56-7 win over the Catholic High Rockets, who were coming off a big win over Cabot last week. Hornets will be at Little Rock Central at Quigley Cox Stadium next week, and we'll have that for you here on the stream on YouTube. And now we've got stats from Aaron Shuttleworth. Aaron?
Austin Ledbetter, nothing changed since halftime. 15-20, 275 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Jake Metter took over, 2 of 3, 27 yards. Receiving those, Jake Metters also caught 5, 88 yards. Hayden Schrader, 6 receptions, 98 yards, 1 touchdown. River Gregory, 1 reception, 16 yards. Ahmad Adams, 1 reception, 15 yards. Clay Curtis, 1 reception, 11 yards. Joseph Young, 2 receptions, 60 yards, 1 touchdown. Miles Aldridge, 1 reception, 14 yards. On the ground, Ledbetter, 1, 0 yards. Ahmad Adams, 9 carries, 106 yards, 2 touchdowns. Didn't see the third and fourth quarter. Xavier Foote, 6 carries, 42 yards, 1 touchdown. Taven Jones, 2 carries, 4 yards, 1 touchdown. And Tanner Anderson, 10 carries, 85 yards, and 2 touchdowns as well. Both those touchdowns came in the first half. On the defensive side, just a slew of tackles. But the main aspects, Austin Bailey, 1 solo, 3 assists, 2.5 sacks, 1 hurry up. Rodrigo Martin, 2 solo, 1 assist. David Shiflett, 1 assist, 1 hurry up. Kyle Green, 1 solo. Cameron Scarlett, 1 solo, 4 assists. Dylan Land, 1 solo. Cottrell Wallace, 2 solo. Jordan Hunter, 1 touchdown saving tackle. Kyle Knox, 2 solo. Caleb Knox, 1 solo. Derek Rose, 1 pass breakup. Hunter Stallman, 1 solo and 1 fumble recovery. Tamarian Wilson, 1 solo, 1 tackle for loss. Austin Schrader, 1 interception. Tristan Sahika, half a sack. Hart Penfield, 1 solo, 2 assists, and a fumble recovery. Kennedy Biller, 1 assist and 1 hurry up. And Colby Melton, 1 solo and 1 tackle for loss.
Last we heard, Central and North Little Rock were tied 7-7 in the second half. Other scores in the conference, 12-0 Cabot leading Southside in the fourth quarter. And Northside has taken a 28-21 lead over Little Rock Central in the third quarter. And that's really all we have so far. We did hear that Benton was leading over Siloam Springs by a touchdown as well. Our thanks to our producer Dakota Baxter and our cameraman Kendrick Ollison. Once again, our thanks to Middleton Heat and Air and Farmers Bank and Trust And again, for a DVD copy of tonight's game and all Bryant Hornets games this season, go to mmproductions.net. Final score once again, the Hornets 56, Catholic Rockets 7. Thanks for your time this time. Till next time, so long.